In my heart, I'm burning, I fall apart when the night falls. My heart calls for love and devotion.
تو آسمون عشقم تو بودی ستاره من تو بودی اسم تو هست ستاره بیا پیشم دوباره اون موهای مشکیت منو کش چشمای زیبات منو کش بیا پیش من دوباره یالا بگو آره ستاره
Temptation in my heart, I'm burning, I fall apart when the night falls. My heart calls for love and devotion. Temptation, I want you, can you be my only one? When the night falls, my heart calls for the touch of your hands.
همه فکر و خیالم تو هستی دنیای من تو هستی اسم تو رو لبامه ستاره وای ستاره یه عمر بدون خواب بودم تا من تو رو پیدا کردم بیا پیش من دوباره یالا بگو آره ستاره
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Hippo Cup 9. Good morning. Woke up bright and early for this one. Beautiful 6 a.m. match. We do have the Irishmen versus .org. These are matches, I believe, out of Group C or Group D. We had two matches from this group yesterday. One of those being the other Irishman match. I believe they beat the number 4 tier in the group by 5-1. So they're on a bit of a hot streak. Probably one of the favorites to make it out of the group, alongside that number 1 tier in the group in the Russian team. So we're getting these picks and bans underway now. It's going to be Nomad 5 and DT4 gone. Nomad 5 is an interesting ban, just getting rid of that AR8 reading pick. Well, it's not even reading, really. It's just like that you like Kirby mix style flow aim that Arenal has sort of revived with that style map, but that's out of the way. DT4, DT5, both of these short double time maps. DT5 in particular, I believe, is the finger control one. So again, a trend of the .org team just not liking the gimmick all too much. And final ban gonna be that free mod 4, all the shortest maps in the pool falling to the wayside. School, the aim map, you are free. You don't have to go to class tomorrow. School is banned. Put that underway. It's going to be the first pick over to Irishman, and if again, I feel like the bans tell a pretty large story here with regards to good pick strategy in this matchup. You see finger control being banned, you see the AR8 being banned, you are probably in the clear to pick something like that Free Mod 1 or that Hard Rock 2, the Hard Rock finger control or Hard Rock finger control or the anti-mod, but it's going to be Nomad 6 instead. We're going to go into our storyboard map, so Mr. Streamer, I know it's bright and early, but it is time to set up these clients for storyboards. It's the only storyboard map in the pool. It's going to be for a Bad Apple. This storyboard map features lots of different rhythm games in succession. Sort of like a love letter to rhythm games, pretty much. Now this is actually a little curious here because in the previous match it was .org to pick this map first, but it was not successful first pick, I will say that much. There's a lot of early breaks in that first pick, but at least on paper, if they have the confidence to pick this map in previous matches, they do have some level of practice put in. So the question will just be if that previous breakpoint they had on the map will hinder their motivations. We get everybody ready up. Hopefully the ref doesn't start the match before we are prepped. Believers rise up. We should be good. They're getting players jumbled in the lobby a little bit. Osusogi Dragon, a player who was not available in the previous match, is going to be hopping up for this one. Which probably pays massive dividends for this .org team. Solgi Dragon, one of the more tournament tenured players on that team. Recognize them from a couple of draft tournaments and Philippines Kaibigan Cup. So, getting everybody in. Quick restart so Garlulu can play along. And in we go with the first pick of the day. It's going to be Bad Apple. Again, the storyboard, love letter to many different rhythm games. CS2 AR0 in practice. So, you are looking for some confidence on the combos. Oh, bruh. My streamer remembered to make the dim 0% and you didn't? Well, unfortunate for Shadow, but using up their one abort of the match really quick. Time for attempt number 2. Bad Apple, rhythm game storyboard, CS2, CS2 Era 0. You can play this without the storyboard technically if you're just like a reading whiz. I don't think anybody in this lobby is doing so though. And speaking of players making their in-tournament debut, I do believe Nope KJK did not play a map last time. So, interested to see how they perform up in this one. It is several early breaks on the side of .org and one on the Irishmen with regards to Choco. Shadow and Osu Solgi Dragon not having the greatest of times. Solgi Dragon with a little bit of recovery combo now, but Shadow down at 78% AC. So, non-ideal. Also, at this point of the storyboard, we just can't see the combos anymore. I'll try to catch if one of these screens go red. But it is Solgi Dragon Shadow continuing to miss. Bad Aim Boy and Neither Die still holding on to their respective combos. And I do believe on the other side it is a remained 4-way. So Irishmen, the very strong first pick on paper, already 2 million up. And all is revealed. It's just, it's everyone except for Shadow and Solgi Dragon. Unfortunately, the situation has not changed this deep into the map. Actually, accuracy is getting significantly worse for those players. If 3 people on Irishmen were to break like now, there is still a chance. but it has to be immediately. Maybe even a forward miss. Like, it would take a quad break, perhaps. And actually, it's going to be the other side. Neither die finding that first break. Bad aim boy as well. Unfortunately, to live up to the name when he needs it the least. And what a team score from the Irishman here. It's just a early break for Choco. But all three combos otherwise being held on beautifully. The Osu section of Doom takes out one of those FCs on Nope KJK, but even then, a double FC on this map is pretty good. And actually, this team scored doubling that of .org. .org, I believe, locked in like an 11 million yesterday, so this is pretty unfortunate stuff. Back on over to .org's side, looking to make it a bit closer than their match yesterday, but against a stark opponent. They were pretty comfortable on the mechanics. I do believe they got a 4-way FC on the Fremont 3 last time out. I would not be opposed to that pick at all, especially with the overmodding they did. I believe they had like 2 hidden hard rocks when they did that, so it's going to be Fremont 4, a map that was banned. We gotta get with the program, team. That was their final ban. We all know this. School's banned. Don't go to school. There you go. Okay, they did pick the map that they are good at. Fremont 3 speed time, 240 BPM, burst, and square aim. As every map set of this map does, for the most part. Pulling up their match from yesterday, they did, yeah, it was a 4-way FC. 32 million score last time out. However, they seem to have a rotating cast of characters because Aiko is not here. Or at least not in the lobby, in place of Solgi Dragon, so Aiko, standout player in their match from last time out. Got a number of FCs, unfortunately not present at the current moment, but seems like they're running the different core. Still, Bad Aim Boy Shadow, Neither Die, Solgi Dragon, against MX10000 Petite, My Keyboard Girl Lulu. In we go. First pick on the .org side. going to be Fremont 3 speed pick. Immediately we are seeing a double break, so it won't be a 4-way FC this time out. Begrudgingly, Sulky Dragon having a very not good time on this pick. Just right off the boot, low accuracies over there. Looking on the other side, a couple 100s dropped for those players, but .org immediately with those early breaks are going to be at the behest of the Irishmen in this map. But they will oblige. MX 10,000 actually with that break is going to slide over that combo advantage. Both those breaks on .org were within that first 40 combo. Continuing onwards, we're getting a little bit of a stutter. Hopefully it is Bancho related and not player disconnect related. Oh, but it is seeming like a disaster for the Irishmen here. Scaralulu finding the disconnect, probably. It did not see that client move. We're gonna hit a quick panic on it, but waiting in just a moment. Scaralulu is here. Okay, we are all good. Still, the only break on the side of the Irishman is MX 10,000, and now Sulky Dragon finding that second break down in the gutter with this 82% is not the story they were hoping to tell with the pick. They were able to match their score from last time out. They would have won this pretty handedly because of that MX 10,000 break right in the middle, but unfortunately not to be the case this time out. And with that, the Irishman going to take a very early break point with the triple FC. Hidden Hard Rock on my keyboard. Looking pretty strong there. No overmods this time out, but... Oh, wait a minute. that was a 4-way overmod on .org. I don't know how I didn't catch that. That is absurd. that explains a lot, actually. With that, we're going to go into a snap Fremod 1 pick immediately after that Fremod 3, and this is striking out at some of those weaknesses that .org have, specifically with regards to the gimmick maps. This map on Villia. Shout out to the artist Cygnus, who has made several customs for the US World Cup and otherwise. This one, I believe, was not originally a World Cup custom, but going to be featuring your classic anti-mod stats, CS5 AR rates. On the hidden, you have the Extreme Density Flow Aim, LMT, known for his linear style of streams. Meanwhile, on the Hard Rock side, you have to deal with that on CS 6.5, very volatile in comparison to some of the other maps in this pool. So you're looking for that raw, low BPM tapping consistency. Couple player swap outs immediately. We're seeing Sherbet, Choco, and KJK and Crazy in now. Crazy, known as mostly a Hard Rock specialist, an all-around, but I would imagine seeing them on the Hard Rock here would be a little bit more comfortable for him. Whereas Choco, more known as a hidden guy. Sherbet as well, likely to take a hidden. But on the other side, I'm expecting some hefty Hard Rock overmods if Fremod 3 was any indication of high AR comfort. Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, just 2. That's a 4-way hidden. Wait. That's a 4-way hidden overmod on the side of the Irishman. Leaning in full tilt gimmick. With the AR8. This is aura farming of the highest caliber here in the Hippo Cup. You don't have to do what they are doing right now. They could have gone significantly easier mod choices, but such is life, it would seem. It's 2 Hard Rocks, 2 no mods versus 4 hiddens on this free mod 1. Looking for any sort of hiccups on this pick. It's currently Shadow with that first break. I pre-fired that and that was a little scary, but I saw the cursor shake. I knew. I smelled it. First break over on the side of .org. Business as usual as you look on the other side, and that's a 4-way SS, a full perfect score as the map continues for the Irishmen. Choco, sorry to curse you, bud. That was a pretty unfortunate overaim, but accuracy actually doing a lot of work in the current case. Sulgy Dragon missing on the low VPN section. I believe that was an overtap on the aim, but Sherbet keeping it even with an overaim of his own. Nope, KJK dropping a little bit of accuracy, but this is technically combo advantage.org because of Shadow's 200. Sulky Dragon making it a bit closer though, finding some discomfort in the finger control. Crazy though, with a miss of his own, and wait just a minute, the double FC from Neither Die and Bad Aim Boy putting in work, as Nope KJK found a break that I completely missed. Aura farming gone wrong, gone incomplete. Unfortunately we're not getting a sweep. Fortunately if you are a .org fan, but wow, what a comeback. Bad Aim Boy putting in work, Soul FC in the lobby in the current moment. And that also falls to the wayside. This is a no FC beat map in the Hippo Cup group stage. A rare occurrence by any metric. Wow. .org finding the break point. Making it count when they needed it most. $23 million by the end of it. Bad Aim Boy throwing the team on his back at the tail end, getting that extra couple milli score, finding that break point and keeping them alive in the match. No consolidation quite yet for the Irishmen. Let's back over to their pick. I don't know why. Okay, well, Crazy thought it was the Irishman's pick because they lost it and they didn't expect to get breakpointed. That is very funny. If you are .org, you know that No Mod 3 is coming. So don't pick into maps similar to that skill set. No low BPM low aim if you are on the side of .org. No Mod 1, gonna be the pick here. Going straight for your raw cross-screen aim. I'm interested to see what the roster is gonna be for this one. It does not seem like Allegrisimo is present, who you would usually expect as a pretty solid candidate for a map like this. My keyboard is in, MX1000 is in, probably Sherbet. If I had to guess for that final slot, Sherbet, pretty strong mechanics player, would be taking the hidden on this, I would imagine. Last minute roster change will oblige for Sherbet hopping in the lobby. Nope, KJK is well over crazy on the raw aim. Picking Nomad 1 when you have a player named Bad Aim Boy on your team is Osu funny moment of all time. This is going to be just TV size, Fiery Rage, high spacing, mid BPM jumps for the bulk of it. I do believe there's like a stream maybe tucked away somewhere in the map, but it's going to be a non-issue for the most part. Mods, hiddens on both of the bottom row for Irishmen and Bad Aim Boy and Shadow for .org. Looking to consolidate that breakpoint and tie up this match with a victory on the Nomad 1. It is a early break from Neither Die and Solgi Dragon. Actually just Solgi Dragon. I believe that early break was Bancho on the side of Neither Die, but that break from MX-10,000, it's breaks all over the place, and this is a bit of a conundrum if you are on the side of the Irishmen. The consistency wavering just a bit in this matchup in comparison to last. Bad Aim Boy with that break. Solgi Dragon missing on the slow slider. I believe he may not have practiced pool given his score so far, but it is no longer comboadvantage.org with that break from Neither Die. Shadow with the only FC remaining on that side. They need a double break and they need it ASAP if they want to bring this point back, but it's an SS held by Sherbet that will not oblige to the call. Nope, KJK a couple 100s, but it's all eyes on Sherbet. Can he close out this SS as he already closed out the point? And it will happen. Sherbet with the SS, and this is a player to look out for as this tournament goes on. I've not seen them play other tournaments previously, but I did a little bit of solo research, and that guy's good. Proving it in our group stage with a beautiful SS on the Nomad 1 to get 2 points up on .org after the unfortunate happenstance that was Fremont 1. And then, as advertised, it's going to be the Nomad 3 pick for the Irishmen. Crazy accidentally picked this out of turn. I wonder if they should add, like, poker rules to the Hippo Cup with regards to if you do something out of turn, you still have to commit to it. This was a very strong pick for them last time out on this map. Lots of stop and go, XLD self-low aim, wiggles, streams, and the like. Incredibly varied skill difficulty, and probably one of the hardest maps in this pool by comparison. Old players in the lobby, looking like Nope KJK, Sherbet, Crazy Choco for the side of the Irishmen. .org running that same four-man because I don't think they have much of a choice. But they've been making it work for that breakpoint earlier on. We'll see if they can make magic happen twice hidden on the same players. It's going to be Shadow and Bad Aim Boy running the mods. Massive act drops on every person on .org in the current moment. Highest act over there being the 98 on Bad Aim Boy. Bringing it back a little bit, but you are seeing the volatility of this pick and why it is a scary one. Big aim control section and a massive 4 drop for Shadow, who is over aiming every pattern on the hidden. Welcome back, Apraxia. Holy guacamole. Whoa. Why did they make him take hidden on this? Oh, this is disastrous. I can't look away. It's a car crash. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, he's free at least. He got a little bit of a slow section. But that was, oh. Yeah, I mean, crazy bricks, but there's no FCs on the side of .org. This map was decided yesterday. This map was pondered on an orb. Right now, I just can't look away from Shadow. This is a tragedy. Speaking of SS's, no KJK holding onto the SS this time out, trying to match up what Sherbet brought to the table on that previous pick. Would be a phenomenal score if done so correctly. Choco and Sherbet by their own rights with phenomenal accuracies up at 99%. And you get a direct point of comparison from, like, these tournament goats to... Wow, what a score. 31 mil. SS confirmed for Nope KJK. Unfortunately, they made Shadow play hidden, and I don't think that guy likes hidden. Oh, 111 misses. Yeah, tragic. Honestly, if I am them at this point, I'm just throwing the hidden on Solgi Dragon, because I think he gets the same score regardless. I don't know if he's playing on an alternate setup or something, but this is not the Solgi Dragon I know and love. Now, if you are .org, you are looking for something simplistic, something just on the simpler side of things to get your players going, and HR1 will do just that. It's going to be our mid-circle size, low BPM aim pick, yellow trick. Welcome back 2017 farm, or 2018. I don't exactly recall when this map was ranked, but... Irishmen using their roster depth to the best of their advantage again. Gonna be Garl Lulu, Petite, My Keyboard, MX10000 versus Bad Aim Boy, Solgi Dragon, Shadow, and Neither Die. If it is any consolidation for .org, the main openings they've had in these matches so far is when MX10000 finds like the most unfortunate aim miss of all time and in the middle of the map and slashes his score in half. And this has happened in like 3 maps so far which has given .org a slight advantage until they explode. So with a map simplistic like this, there is potential for that recipe to be cooked up once more. Not much combo density in this one. I do believe the FC is around 750 combo. So also, Neither Die is saying that he just woke up. It is 12 p.m. over there. He slept in a little, unfortunately. But a little over him there on the little rounded burst at the tail end of that. Sulky Dragon as well, not having the greatest time, as has been tradition during this match, unfortunately. All four FCs on the other side being held on to with a firm grasp in the current moment. MX-10,000 holding on to the SS, unfortunately drops a 100 before it could even finish the sentence. Shadow, third break down, third FC down. Irishmen looking to close this match out in style. They have a 4 million lead at this point. This one, of course, this tournament using Score V1 means that combo is king, and they have plenty of it in the current moment. Neither Die with that next break. Can Bad Aim Boy running solo ship again? It would require a 4 break incredibly soon. Like, the 4 miss tragedy of all time is the only way .org get out of this unscathed. And they are not going to let that happen. A White Boy is going to get a little motion tonight as the Irishmen close it out. Oh no! I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, 10,000 is going to be breaking. But on the same pattern as 3 players from .org breaking as well. Garl Lulu, Mayo Keyboard Petit, closing out that triple FC 28 million team score to end the match and get their second victory 5-1 in the group. I'm going to pull up the schedule real quick, but I do believe they have one more match today. At some point. Irishmen. Nope, that's going to be actually next week. We will decide how this group ends. Because the Irishmen don't play until then. And speaking of long breaks before playing, this was the only match in this block. The next match for Hippo Cup today happens in 4 hours. Or 3.5 hours at 16 UTC. It's going to be Mongol OWC versus Quit School in the Group 1. Followed up by a few more Group 1 matches. So if you're interested in seeing how that group turns out, we will catch you then. But for now, I am going to finish my coffee. You all have a beautiful morning and or night, depending on your region of preference. And I will bid you farewell. Have a good day, everyone.